the folks that like to join us didn't have problems with the link for some reason. Okay. Oops. Let's see here. All right. Let's begin the Community Health and Safety Task Force meeting for December 6th, 2022, starting at 5:38 p.m. Can I get a roll call, Valeria?
Absolutely. Welcome, everyone. Renee Villarreal.
Present.
Chris Rivera.
Here.
Bruce Finger.
Here.
Annie Raskin.
Here.
Emily, Emily will join us later. And Monica Alt.
Here.
And Marcela Diaz.
Right here.
And we have Julie Sanchez with the city and myself, Valeria. Welcome, everyone.
Did you say, Valeria, who is excused?
Yes, we've got Mary Louise Romero and Gino Zamora who are excused for the evening.
Excellent. Thank you. All right. Moving on to approval of the minutes from November 15th, 2022.
Mhm.
Were there any changes from staff?
I don't have any changes.
Okay. Any changes from the members?
Move for approval.
Thank you, Chris. Can we get a second?
Sure, I second.
Second from Annie. Since we're on Zoom, let's do, I guess, a roll call. I always want to do voice vote, but you can't really hear everybody's voice. So go ahead, Valeria.
Okay, great. Chris Rivera moves for approval. Annie Raskin seconds. Roll call. Renee Villarreal.
Yes.
Bruce
Yes.
Finger. Okay. Annie Raskin.
Yes.
Monica Alt.
Yes.
Marcela Diaz.
Yes.
Chris Rivera.
Yes.
All right. Minutes for November 15th, 2022 are approved.
So thank you. All right, communications from the co-chairs. Chris, do you want to start with anything?
No, I don't have anything.
All righty. I think I just want to note that Emily Kaltenbach has joined us.
Hi, everyone. Sorry I'm late.
Thank you for joining us.
Thanks.
I don't have anything other than a reminder that we're going to do our last quarter of 22 update in January, only because of our schedule for the council. If we would have followed council schedule, we would have done it. We would have it next week, but that doesn't make sense. It's just a really full schedule. And I think we'll have more information to present at the update in January. So just be prepared. For those of you, that date is January 11th. January 11th, 2023 is a council meeting where we'll give the quarterly update for the fourth quarter of 2022, if that makes sense. Any questions about that? All righty, passing it over to communications from staff and facilitator. Julie, do you want to go first?
Sure. I don't have much to report on. I got the policies working group information submitted yesterday. Thank you all for your patience on that. I've been juggling a sick toddler who got sick again and gave everybody, it's just been a mess over the last 3 weeks. So I got that submitted and we can talk more about it at our breakout session. Yeah, and then just in terms of the division, we're steadily making progress on hiring for our vacancies, which is really exciting. So hopefully we'll be getting some more staff on board. Our navigator just started last week, which is a new position. And then she'll be working with the Connect network and working in the hub to get people connected into services. And we're really excited that she's also bilingual, so she can also serve Spanish speaking only folks. So pretty exciting.
Excellent. That's great news for you and your team. Does that
Yay.
affect the task force by chance? Or just alleviates more space for you?
Yeah, right. Someday I'll get more staff. No, but it would be great at some point to have Connect, to do a presentation to the task force on Connect and kind of how it's evolved since the start of the pandemic in 2020 and kind of where they're headed. We have a lot of interest on the state level on duplicating it regionally. So I think it'll be really interesting to hear from that group on kind of what it means for the community and what it means for expansion and getting more providers into the network. So
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
Anything else, Julie?
there's all kinds of things, but no, I'll leave it at that.
I hope everyone's better. I feel like everyone's getting sick or they're getting sick. So
Yes.
uh,
So wear your mask in public because it's bad.
mm,
Mm.
yes. Thanks, Julie. Valeria?
I want to just remind folks as we're getting closer to this fourth quarter progress report and the potential of making, proposing some recommendations, you have all of your resources for the last year in 2021 as well in a Google Drive file I've shared with all of you. I will reshare it tomorrow as well. Easy reference to not just the presentations, not just the work that each of you have done in your respective groups, but also all of the research that's been done by Emily and Monica and Renee and all of you. So, that were shared via email. So I've created also documents that captures those emails, captures all the links to research material that you've all, worked with and studied and worked on together. So that's available for you. And then looking to schedule, because January's right around the corner, a working session with you, Renee, Chris, and Julie to go over that framework for that quarterly, the final quarter for 2022. And also would love to get the dates for the 2023 meeting calendar so that I can start creating that, because I think there's maybe 2 or 3 presentations that are currently in the works of being scheduled. And clearly that's not going to happen until sometime in, January, given that the holidays are right around the corner. So those are my sort of 3 priorities here with all of you. So I'm complete for now.
Thanks, Valeria. And we'll be voting on that meeting calendar in just a bit. So
Okay.
I'll have the dates after everybody
Thank you.
gets that. So any questions for Valeria? No? Okay. All right. So we do actually have an action item to vote on tonight. It's the approval of our 2023 meeting calendar. I don't know if folks were able to look at that. And remind me, Julie, it was attached, I think, you gave the link to PrimeGov or?
Yeah, I think it was attached to the initial email. I can pull it up and share it on my screen.
Okay. And just so folks know, this goes through June only. So the goal is to finish before then. I mean, the final presentation recommendations will be probably after June, but our meeting commitment is through June of 2023. So as you can see, it's in person, we haven't really met in person, but we can when needed. We've been doing a hybrid, but a lot of the meetings have been virtual to do breakouts. So that we'll be able to get that later. It's for the most part, the first and third Tuesday, with the exception of January, because we adjusted it for the holiday and city schedule meetings kind of shifted because of the holiday at the beginning of January. So are there any questions about this? I don't see everybody, so let me see. Let me make sure I can see everybody. And again, we don't need to have every single date as presentation dates. These are like potential working sessions as well as, I don't know, maybe I'm wrong, but maybe there's potential for like listening sessions related to the community outreach. I'm just putting that out there. I don't know if that's a need, but we can use those dates for that purpose as well. Any questions about that?
And I will add that a new Zoom link will be updated. So I'll send the new Zoom update for everybody once the meeting calendar is confirmed.
Excellent. Thank you, Julie, for that. All right, if there aren't any questions, then let's take a vote. Can I get a motion? And second?
I move to approve the 2023 calendar, meeting calendar.
Second.
All right, we get a motion and a second. Any other questions? All right, can we get a roll call, Valeria?
Absolutely. Okay, roll call. Renee Rivera. I'm sorry, Renee Villarreal. I have been drinking coffee.
Coffee.
Coffee. It's been a long day. Renee Villarreal.
Yeah.
Annie Raskin.
Yes.
Monica Alt.
Yes.
Bruce Finger.
Yes.
Emily Kaltenbach. Sorry.
Yes.
Marcela Diaz.
Yes.
Chris Rivera.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're siblings.
Yes, you are.
What do you got in that coffee?
I swear to God, it's coffee.
That's
All
awesome.
righty.
All right, we have our meeting calendar approved for 2023 for the task force. Yay. All right, so let's see, on our agenda, we have we put matters on the task force first before we go into working group breakout sessions. Is there anything that people want to share or any updates? The only thing okay, Marcela, go ahead.
The update is that we are in the field with our survey.
Yeah?
So, I don't know if any one of you got randomly called, but people, I guess, are getting randomly called and are taking the survey. Remember that that's 300 and 300? Is that right? Or 200? Wait a minute. I'm forgetting the math. If it was 300 and then we get to add another 200, but they're going to provide us a link. So we need to create a list and then do it. This will be in January after they do this initial, they'll get this information initially from the people who respond. And so we can provide the link online to our organization's members or other organizations who we think would like to participate. So we got a list going in the original Google Doc. So we just have to decide how we're going to reach out to them, who's going to reach out to them, all that good stuff, which we can do in our working group. But I just thought I would say that to everybody.
Very cool. Very cool. I love it. So but we wouldn't get that, right? We wouldn't get the call necessarily as members. I mean, the survey call.
I hope not. It's random selection of 300 people, cell phones, regular phones. And then I think some of them will get it, I don't know, from ads online or something. They have a whole system, but I don't think we'll get the call.
Okay. Very cool. Anything else? Anyone else or related to that topic?
Maricela, do you know how long the survey is going to be open for?
You know, no. What BSP, so BSP is the outfit that works with, it's the polling outfit that works with UNM through Gabe. And it's not, I think that it closes when they get the number of respondents that they want. So that may take a week, it may take 2 weeks. Then it's just closed. And then we'll look at the data, we'll look at it and we'll see, oh, okay, interesting. Do we want to make any tweaks? I think for the next phase, and the next phase is providing that pretty much same survey via a dedicated coded link to whomever we want to get the additional 200. That math is right. It's 500 in total.
Okay, got it. And then are the focus groups going to happen at the same time?
The focus groups will happen much later, but
Okay.
before April.
Got it.
So
And then I
I'll
know
let you
that I only know this because I had to do the contract stuff, but has the target populations been chosen for the focus groups? Because I know there was real intention about making sure that communities who aren't usually reached are going to be a part of the focus group. So I just wanted
Not
to,
only do we want them to be a part of the focus groups, we want them to be the focus groups.
Got it.
So, yes.
okay. And I don't
So
know if
we-
those populations have been chosen yet. So,
We created a list initially for Gabe and he knows very well. So he'll come back on with us to help us figure out, okay, how do we actually get the people to participate in the focus groups? Where are they going to be done? Like we can do one at Somos and others can do them in other places for specific communities. But yes, the lists that we have so far, Julie and anyone can chime in if I miss them, are, formerly incarcerated, immigrants, young people, although a lot of young people will participate in the third phase of the project, which I think is a journaling via video project. People who have, so what are the other categories of people? Monica and Emily, if you can recall. I just named 4.
Did you say unhoused? Sorry.
Oh, yes, unhoused.
Did he end up getting any approval to actually go into the jails or into the jail, or that's not something that we started?
I don't recall him including that,
Okay.
but maybe formerly incarcerated makes sense. I don't know. I
Yeah.
think that would have been harder for him. I just don't remember having a conversation about going into the jails because that would be like a 2-step process. One,
The
it would
IRB
make it
process.
harder for him to get IRB approval.
Right.
And 2, oh gosh, that's hard with
Well,
the county.
I couldn't remember because I'm working with another organization on an IRB. That's why I'm blending the two. But I remember he had a prolonged IRB process, but that was particularly for youth, not for currently incarcerated. Okay, sorry about that.
But that is a growing and can be a growing list for phase 2 of this, Julie. So if you have specific communities that we have not mentioned, please tell us and we will make sure that they're there.
okay. Yeah, that sounds, I had a meeting with a group recently who had a lot of concern about the growing unsheltered Indigenous population and figured that might be a really good target population for a focus group, given that, some of the folks had concerns about high utilization of public safety. So just a thought.
That's
Marcel,
great. If you could tell us how we could access folks to participate in a focus group, that would be awesome. If the name of that organization, or we also might be able to provide that organization the link that they could give to their members for the first phase.
Oh yeah, that would be great. I mean, it was just a group of like outreach providers because I oversee the city's ranger program. They just had some concerns and wanted to flag like the ever-growing population, so figured it might be a good one to reach out to.
And Marcella, where did we find the final survey? It was determined that they're conducting.
Well, there is a document, I think it's still in the Google Doc. The Google Doc where people put in things, he
Okay.
responded.
Yes,
I can certainly, he also sent us a non-Google Doc version that was totally cleaned up,
Okay.
which I can send around. But it looks pretty much like the Google Doc
okay,
where you and others put information that he
Sure.
either incorporated or didn't.
so that's the final copy then, that Google Doc, okay. I didn't know if it was condensed further from that.
It might have been. Let me double check. And if I can, I'll send it right around right now in the Google or in the
I
chat.
think there were some just minor changes that were made right before it went into the field, and I don't know if those are included there or not.
And that survey, what's in the field, is a little bit different than probably the link you'll provide us, or you all decide what partner groups and relevant orgs and well, just the groups that we thought you all, I'm kind of excluding myself in this, but if there's other groups you think we should look at, but that link is going to be different, right? Because that's like a written survey versus a on phone survey. Similar questions though, right?
I think it'll pretty much be the same survey. Maybe we have an opportunity to tweak it a little bit based on feedback or just based on the original 300 surveys. And I'm pretty sure it's going to be an online survey that if we wanted to walk people through, if they have a hard time doing it online, we can. If we wanted to call people as organizations and fill it out for them on survey. So it's just a link to an individual survey that people can fill out online that we can give and use any way we want.
Well, just making sure that if we share it with groups, the way it's structured now is if someone's facilitating it for them, and it probably would need to be tweaked if we're sending it to an organization saying share with your constituents or share with your clients or whoever their constituency is. And I'm just making sure that that's because, like, yes, we some of you have partners within your own organizations, and then there's other partners that we're thinking of. So I just want to make sure that there's that access point and that we don't have to be involved with every single one, that we can have other groups be able to fill it out with us having to facilitate it.
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
I don't think we have to facilitate it.
Great. Anything else or questions on that? Did you need input on organizations at some point, Marcela?
Yes, in fact, there is a place for people to start putting input in, and that is in the Google Doc that you all have had access to and you've been putting stuff in. And I think, Annie, you started putting organizations in there for focus groups and people we can reach out to for the links. We have a running list in there.
Valeria, when you get a chance, can you send us that link again? Because there's a few Google links that I've been using. So that would be good. So we can just add, if there's any groups that if you all think we should be sending it to. Is there a separate section that talks about where the potential focus groups?
I think it's the same section.
Okay. Alrighty. Anything else on that? No. I'll just say for our policies and practices working group, I think you heard Julie, we did get responses to the ongoing kind of questions and clarifications that we've been going through the past few months, and we're actually going to have a meeting with some of the staff tomorrow, tomorrow morning. So I think for our working group breakout session, I would just want to go through that discussion. Is there anything else, Bruce or Annie? No, okay. All right, I think that's it. Anything else from the task force members? Before we go into working group breakout sessions, I just wanted to thank every one of you for all the work that you put in for this task force, and given the time that you've spent for this volunteer group. And I just think that, you know, a lot of things we didn't anticipate, including the pandemic, happened when we first started this. And for the fact that we've been working through a pandemic, working online, all of us are super busy, that I think, and we didn't have staff at the beginning for a long time until the middle of this year. I think we've achieved a lot. And, you know, it's like nothing's perfect, but I just think that all of you are exceptional, and you all bring your lived experience and expertise in so many beautiful ways. And so I just wanted to thank each of you for your time and dedication to this work. And I look forward to us finishing next year. Woo! So I hope you all have some time off and get some rest. And because we all deserve it. Anything else? Oh.
You
All
all
right.
have the Google Doc in your inbox. I just sent it over.
All right, I'll open up the breakout rooms.
Great.
See you all there.
Hi, Julie.
Okay,
Mhm.
you are now the host.
Thank you, my dear. Take good care.
You too. Take care, Val. Bye.
See you mañana. Bye, honey. Join 22. Yes. Good night.